All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fight the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now, I want to bring a different perspective. So I just made a video about how the big beautiful bill is an orchestrated demolition of America, which is a fact, but I want to go more into that. Matter of fact, this is going to be a part 2 to that, but not really though, because I'm not really going into the big beautiful bill, even though everything is centered around that through his craft. Matter of fact, let's get that. Now, the scripture says nothing new under the sun. So this happened in the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, but guess what? These are the same Edomites and they got the same game plan. So saying through his policy also shall he cause craft to prosper in his hand. So through these, unrighteous decrees, he is able to do these things. And then he also going to have a false flag, to bring to tie everything in, So it says, and he shall magnify himself. The point is the top. All right. So this is going, into Antiochus Epiphanes, how, he got his power, but then he was broken without hand, which means that the Lord smote him with a disease. You can read that account in the Maccabees. And through his policy also shall he cause craft to prosper. But so the perspective that I want to bring is, this is how this is an orchestrated demolition, because I've been saying this for a while. And I'm grateful that this video popped up, because maybe, how Esau watch everything, you'll say something about some shoes, and then you'll go on a social media platform, and then shoes will pop up on your timeline. So I most likely I was talking to myself out loud, because I always say this to myself, like, so you want to deport basically the working class. Everybody knows that America runs off of Israelites' back. This kingdom became great off of Israelites' back. This kingdom is still great because of Israelites. Your truck drivers, your manual labor, all of that is Jake, majority of them. But you want to get them out of the country? So let's listen to what he got to say.
That is a very destructive policy from an economic point of view. 8.3 million undocumented workers is 5.1% of the US labour force. It's 15% of the US agricultural labour force. It's about 12% of US construction workers. You take those people out of the US economy and you will find, and we find in our modelling, a much bigger economic contraction than the tariff scores.
So that's why the scripture says this. This is an unwise king. I'm going to start from 1. The point is in 3. It said, a wise judge will instruct his people, in a government of a prudent man is well ordered. That's why you got nothing. That's why in Job 10, it said the land of no order. All right. The land of darkness without order. That matter of fact, that's what it says in Job 10:21. The land of darkness without any order. So as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of the man of the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Now, a wise king will recognize that, wait a minute, for me to be prosperous and for me to continue my kingdom, I need the people to actually like me. I need to treat them good, that they would actually want to serve me without it being forced. Okay? So this devil is stupid. Every kingdom needs subjects, and you will want those subjects to be, very fond of you. So what ended up happening is, a king is one person, or you can have a little group with you. You got your little military, whatever case may be. You a king, right? King is one person, but you might have your little group that protect you. Your in the scriptures they was called Praetorian guards. So you have your little military, you got your little all of that, right? But the citizens is way more than that. So if the citizens turn against you, which is in the scriptures, if the citizens turn against you, then what? All right. It said that let's get that real quick and I'm gonna come back. Talking about the citizens turning against you. So when you think that you're about to accomplish a new world order, said in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. When you go into the Hebrew of the word wicked, is imal, and it's the laborer. That's the working class. So it's way more people, than the rich. Okay. So it said, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city, goodness gracious, the city shall be inhabited. And he don't have prudence. All right. He is the devil. He is wicked. He can't do right. And this is why the Lord said this: the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time, which that time is coming up, he will set over it one that is profitable. Okay. So that's because I said that, a kingdom needs subjects, and you need those subjects to actually be willing. And the multitude of people is the king's honor. But what this devil is doing, he's trying to put a lot of people to DEATH. You got to be, you already know, like, so anybody that watch my videos, I'm really rated R. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that my videos get to stay up. But I am going to try to do better, because I realized that Esau would go back a video that you did 3 months ago, and then you would get a fucking strike for it. But anyways, so the point is, right now, so he's trying to deport Israelites. That's the point. Israelites is not the only migrants over here, but you see that they are the target. Like Apostle Ramlab said, it's called Jacob's trouble. Even though Jacob's trouble is the world's trouble, it's Jacob's trouble. He's the focal point. Okay. So in the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people, want is lack of people, it's the destruction of the prince. So like I said, this is an orchestrated demolition. The demolition is going to crash in his face, because all he's doing is ushering in our Lord to come in even faster. All right. Soon as he start implementing, the artificial intelligence, which is going to lead to the digital implant, and then Trump continue to keep on brewing up World War III, he just fast forwarding his destruction. So bring it on, hurry up. But let's read this in the basic English Bible. So a king's glory is in the number of his people. So what this man is talking about is what I've been meditating on for a while. It's like you're really trying to destroy the people who made you great. But this also shows that he is the devil, and when he have need of you, he will use you. But when he don't have need of you, he would cast you away. So it says a king's glory is in the number of his people, and for need of people, a ruler may come to destruction. That's what's going to happen. All right. So that's the first perspective. All right. Now, I was putting this video together this morning, and then when I woke up, so I woke up, did what I got to do, went to work. On the way to work, I was putting this lesson together in the spirit, and then I went to YouTube, and then on my timeline, the elder from Las Vegas, I didn't even watch it because I didn't want to. I'm gonna go back and watch it. So like sometimes what you should do for those who make videos, you shouldn't watch a video if you and that brother have the same video. All right, you want what the spirit gives to you. So I didn't watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it. But basically, this video right here.
I like to say it.
This video right here, he was doing a video on it, and I was like, oh shit, I just seen this video and I put a video together. So we doing it now. So this is my other perspective, all right, which is going back to the first video about the orchestrated demolition. All right. So we're going back to the scripture, how this devil is basically rooting out his help, and it's all going to backfire on him. So, all right, we done with that perspective. Now, this is the new perspective.
A little controversial, but I couldn't care less. We have a lot of bad criminals that came into
into this country, and they came in stupidly. It was
All right, so matter of fact, this ain't even a new perspective, because we all, the prophets, been telling you, cool, right now they dealing with the northern kingdom. But as you see, the Lord is saving the best for last, Judah. All right. Now they going after Haitians, which is part of the southern kingdom, which a so-called black man could get caught up in that, because you have a lot of so-called Haitians, which is Levi in the scriptures, lawyer in the Hebrew. They look like so-called black men. First of all, they part of the southern kingdom, but yeah, so you can get caught up in that. But the point is that as you see what's going on, this devil's really about to come down with great wrath. These ain't no news clips that people are just making up. These are real news clip on the real, what you call it, the news. I'm trying to think of the news. The mainstream. There we go. The water Yahweh Bashmel shot. The mainstream news. All right. This is said on the mainstream news.
Unforced error. It was an incompetent president that allowed it to happen. It was an auto pen maybe that allowed it to happen. And it did happen. But we also have a lot of bad people that have been here for a long time. People that whack people over the head with a baseball bat from behind when they're not looking and kill them. People.
Hold on.
From behind when they're not looking and kill them. People that knife from behind when they're not looking in time. People that whack people over the head. We have a lot of bad people that have been here for a long time.
Yeah, so basically what they're trying to do is, you see how everything is leading into the United States citizens, and particularly Jake, so-called blacks who've been here. All right. So yeah, this is Jacob's trouble, man. Oh, matter of fact, it said, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you. This is why Revelation 2:10 says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right. But be thou faithful for 10 days, you shall receive a crown of life. All right. So it says, they shall take away certain of you, feed you, being idle, which means you're still, because you're in prison, with things offered unto idols. Okay. So what you think that main idol is? The MOTB. Okay. Because at that time you had to stand still, you in prison, they're going to offer you something. That's what the scripture said, offer unto idols. All right. So, and they that consent unto them, because this is the point, shall be had in the region. So if you got fear, you be like, all right, I take it. Or whatever they do. They might try to get you to eat some pork. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new under the sun. The Maccabee brothers, read that account, 2 Maccabees 7. All right. So whatever it is, if you consent unto them, you should be had in derision, which means you're going to be mocked and a reproach and trodden underfoot. You're still going to be destroyed, because the scripture said, never trust thy enemy. For there should be in every place and in next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
That whack people over the head with a baseball bat from behind when they're not looking and kill them. People that knife you when you're walking down the street.
This is what you call inculcate. Inculcate means to impress upon the mind by repetition. All right. So back in the time, like the 80s and the 90s, they had buzzwords. What was one of them? Thugs, super predators. That one was funny though. All right, super predator. They're like that. That's ridiculous. They paint us out like we just some out here just taking box. Okay, but anyways, super predators, thugs, monsters. You know. So now they're trying to paint a picture that, you know, and Jake do got to go, and Jake is a criminal. All right. So the Lord is going to, you know, bring you back to him. The scripture talks about when you die, your spirit go back to the Lord. The Lord tired of you. The scripture says, if you be overly wicked, why die before your time? That's in Ecclesiastes 7:16. All right. So the point is that this devil is painting a narrative right now. This is what you call propaganda. So he's trying to persuade the masses to think a certain way and to feel a certain way. And then I bet you if I read these comments, let me see. Please, someone make it make sense. This man is the president. Why? You should be the first one to get deported. See, actually, these is not that bad. I thought I was going to see an Edomite to say, like, yeah, Trump, I feel ya. Trump is there we go. Trump is the best president at a time like this. Nobody could do what he did. All right, so starting at the White House and y'all, yep. So, yeah, so it's way more, backlash than, but if I found this like on YouTube or something where it's like thousands of comments, I bet you would see a whole bunch of "Make America Great Again" comments.
They're not new to our country. They're old to our country. Many of them were born in our country. I think we ought to get them the hell out of here too. You want to know?
See? So yeah. So it said, verse 70, there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So the Lord said that the righteous should scarcely be saved. And then he said this. So judgment gonna start at the house of the Lord. So you said, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Which means it's going to be worse. See, the Lord going to have mercy upon his elect. All right. And if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? All right. So say they shall waste and take away their goods, cast them out of the houses. Then they should be known who are my chosen. They should be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O my beloved, the house of David, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God. All right, so we're going to play the rest of this video and end it.
The truth. So maybe that'll be the next job that we'll work on together. But I think getting them out, we forget about them. We had some bad accidents in New York, and they're not accidents. I like to say it,
Yeah, so the Lord, saving the best for last. This is called Jacob's trouble. Matter of fact, let's just end it on that, because it could be somebody new watching. So it said, alas, for that day is great, that is none like it, is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. And that's talk about the elect. So you better stop playing games. Matter of fact, since I said that, let's end it on this. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, in your security, your comfort, whatever is keeping you from the truth. Because here's the thing, life still goes on. You can read a news clip, you can see a video like this, and the sun is still shining, the weather's still nice. You can still go feed your face with a whole bunch of GMOs. All right? So you think life is good. But the scripture says, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth in your security, you should be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. And this is approaching the day of vengeance. So seek ye out the Lord while he may be found, and shalom.